Hi everyone, this is Frank Rods. Welcome back to the channel. No surprise, I've got a fishing rod in my hand. I'm going to talk about two different types of rod materials. One's actually a blend. We're going to talk about fiberglass rods, or this is a Featherlight Eagle Claw. It's sort of a lighter, more modern version of fiberglass. And we're also going to talk about, this is an older Shakespeare. We're going to talk about graphite composite rods and what they can do for you in terms of technique, kind of the usual stuff I do, what they excel at, what they don't, and what would be good options for you. So it really doesn't matter what spectrum you are as an angler. If you're just starting out or even an expert, particularly experts, they tend to scoff at rods that are made with these types of materials. I'll just dive right into them. So the Eagle Claw Featherlight I actually did showcase on a casting video, and I will include the link for that below, because it's just kind of a concise clip of how easily they cast. It was done on a real hot day, and I really like the performance on these. Now if you're into entry-level fishing, these are not for bottom contact or plastic worming. What they're really good for is just a fluid cast, live bait rigging, split shot rigs, hair jigs, float and fly. So there's a lot of things, the stitching technique that I talk about, there's a lot of things that this rod's really going to excel at. They make them in little ultralights. They're just good options if you want to cast lighter stuff really well, where sensitivity isn't going to play an issue or play and have an impact on it. And they're lighter than fiberglass, which is pretty cool. Why would you use an older fiberglass rod or something like this? Durability, number one. Your tips, they just don't break as easily. You know, if you're a rod tip breaker, then this is a good material for you. You can go with a shorter rod if you need the sensitivity, but ideally, these are durable, smooth casting rods, economical. I'm a huge fan of these, and I know something about rods, and I would recommend these for the above listed techniques. Now, graphite composite is something I used to shop in an Army Navy surplus store back in the day, and in the 90s when I got into fishing, graphite composite was a pretty popular one. Now you really only see it on bargain rods. Graphite composite rods are a great value. Again, very durable. I don't use this one anymore because it finally got some grooves in it, or some chips in it, but very durable, somewhat sensitive. It would depend on how much graphite they would actually add to it. Your less expensive rods had more composite. If you were to go on eBay and see some maybe by Berkeley or a name brand manufacturer that said graphite composite, or a higher end rather than Shakespeare, they'd be more sensitive. They're more parabolic, so they're versatile. These rods are durable, inexpensive, and versatile. They throw topwaters good. I've caught bass on topwaters, jigs, crankbaits. You can do a lot of different things, inexpensive if you want that two-piece travel rod. Again, sensitivity for bottom contact baits is not going to excel, but versatility and economy are good for graphite composite rods. So if you're an expert, if you're getting into like tournament fishing or something like that, where would these rods apply? Maybe for like your side, like your jerk baits, that type of a thing with a side set. I used to use the graphite composites like these for shallow running Rapala shad wraps, where it was kind of, I would do kind of like a jerkbait thing with them. I would do all kinds of different things, let them float up top, crank them down, and those rods in a short package, which I needed, they did them so well on those little shad wraps. So, and also inline spinners are great for these two. These are definitely inline spinner friendly. A lot of folks that get turned on to inline spinners later on that have faster graphite rods, they find that the faster graphite rods are just too stiff. So parabolic rod, bendable, these are great options if you're ever looking for a technique that says parabolic, particularly if you're looking for something inexpensive that's going to break down in a two-piece. Now, a lot of people would ask about casting accuracy. What about casting accuracy with a two-piece? Well, in a nutshell, let me put it to you this way. If it's a fluid cast, your casting accuracy is still going to be pretty good with a two-piece. If it's a bottom contact bait, those baits generally tend to cast better with one-piece graphite rods. General, not a hard and a fast rule, like so many things when it comes to rigging. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty much kind of reflective, more or less, of like one of my quicker tip videos, but there's a little bit more to expound upon, I guess. So graphite composite, the advantage to fiberglass or the Featherlight material is going to be a little bit more sensitivity. And just as a little tidbit to throw that out there, Ned Kitey, who was pretty much the pioneer of this Ned rig that everyone fishes, his rods that he used back in the day were inexpensive Shakespeare graphite composite rods. So the #1 bass technique that's come out of the Midwest in so many years has really set the bass world on fire, turned so many people onto finesse rigging. Guess what? Graphite composite rods were the key. Inexpensive to that. Little piece of history there. And then again, bouncing off what's traditional with the Featherlight, just a lighter version of fiberglass. A lot of people just wouldn't want to carry a fiberglass rod. A lot of them could be kind of wonky in the casting, and this is going to be just a little bit more smooth and a little bit more even. So I hope that maybe this video, can kind of turn some people on to trying some different techniques with these rods. You can probably pick them up for 20, 25 bucks, used or new. I don't know, maybe 30, I don't know. Anymore. I still have mine. I still hold on to them. Still love them. Still experiment with them, despite the fact that I have rods that cost, probably $200 plus. So, hope this was informative. Hope your fishing is good. Please give me that thumbs up for that like. Getting back into posting, feeling excited, and take care, everyone. And happy summer fishing, no matter what it is you're pursuing.